CG FC200 VAG DCM6.2V ECU cloning review. The shocking truth no one told you. Hi everyone, this is Hussain, and I welcome you to Baabji Motors, your trusted space where we break down the toughest automobile diagnostic tools and make them feel simple, understandable, and powerful for professionals and beginners alike. Today's topic is something many technicians quietly struggle with behind the scenes, and we're going to bring it right into the spotlight. Before we roll into the details, here's a quick and necessary note. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. Every demonstration, explanation, and reference follows fair use guidelines. All trademarks belong to their respective owners. Whenever you work on ECUs, immobilizers, or communication modules, always follow your local laws and the manufacturer's official instructions. Now, let me ask you something interesting right at the start. Can the CG FC200 actually clone a VAG DCM6.2V ECU reliably, especially when the old one is defective and the replacement is locked? Stick around, because by the end you'll not only know the answer, but you'll also understand the exact process and whether it's worth trying in your own workshop. And trust me, the ending might surprise you. Stay till the end. Let's dive into today's real-world situation, shared by an actual technician who faced a very common but stressful scenario. He ordered a CG FC200 specifically to work on a VAG Delphi DCM6.2V ECU. The goal was very clear: clone the old ECU or make a used locked ECU go Immo off because the original one was completely defective. Now, anyone who has ever worked with locked VAG ECUs knows how tricky they can be. They're like that one relative who refuses to share the Wi-Fi password even if you're sitting right next to the router. The technician quickly discovered something important. The FC200 does allow you to read in boot mode. That's already a good sign because many ECUs require deep access for proper cloning. However, the FC200 does not offer an Immo off function for this specific ECU. So the question naturally popped up, is cloning even possible with the FC200? Instead of guessing, he decided to give it a real try. And this is where the story gets exciting. Sometimes in diagnostics, you need courage, experience, and a little bit of that technician instinct that says, why not? Let's see what happens. He connected everything, followed the right procedures, and in the end, cloning with the FC200 worked perfectly. Not just partially, not just almost, it worked flawlessly. This is where most mechanics would expect some smoke, some errors, or at least a warning message, but no, nothing. Smooth as butter. Now let me walk you through the exact steps he used so you can visualize the entire process clearly. You might want to imagine it like making a backup of your old phone and restoring it into a new one. Except here, the phone is made of metal, wires, and enough security data to lock down a spaceship. First, he started with the old ECU. Step 1. He read the password and saved the file. This is crucial because the password is your access key for deeper operations. Think of it as the master key that lets you open every door inside the ECU's memory. Next, he pressed connect and used the save password file to authenticate the session. Once authentication was successful, he read the PFLASH software and saved it securely. Then, he moved on to the new ECU. The steps were exactly the same. Read the password, save the file, press connect using that password, and then read the PFLASH from the new unit. This keeps everything consistent and prevents mismatched data later during flashing. Once both backups were ready, it was time for the final step: writing the PFLASH from the old ECU into the new ECU. This is where things usually go wrong with cheap tools or unsupported ECUs. But in this case, everything transferred cleanly. After completing the right process, the car started instantly without hesitation, misfires, or security system errors. It's moments like these that make a technician feel like a superhero. You press the start button, the engine roars to life, and you almost hear it say, "Thank you for bringing me back." One more important highlight: the FC200 performed a verification process before writing. This was part of its online checksum correction feature. The checksum was correct, meaning all data written to the ECU was validated and safe. This extra step ensures you don't accidentally brick an ECU or cause data misalignment. Everything worked just as it should. No Immo off needed. No complicated manual corrections. Pure cloning success. Now, was the answer to our intro question a yes, a no, or a maybe? Let's tie everything together. The answer is yes. The CG FC200 can indeed clone a VAG Delphi DCM6.2V ECU successfully, as long as the user follows the proper boot mode steps and writes the old PFLASH into the new unit. Even without Immo off, cloning works perfectly. Personally, I think this makes the FC200 a surprisingly powerful tool for its price range. While it's not perfect and lacks some functions many technicians wish it had, its cloning ability for this ECU definitely boosts its value. If you've ever struggled with a lock-used ECU, this story probably gives you a little hope right now. What do you think? Have you ever tried cloning a tricky VAG ECU? Or faced one of those cases where the ECU behaves like it has a mind of its own? I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments. Before we wrap up, here's a fun fact you might enjoy. The Delphi DCM series ECUs are known for their strict security layers, but ironically, many technicians say the checksum process feels smoother than some older ECUs that barely had any security. It's like having a heavily armored car that surprisingly has the softest seats inside. Now, if this breakdown helped you understand the cloning process clearly, I truly appreciate your support. Help us push this video into YouTube's hype category by hitting the like button. Our goal is 10,000 likes. Drop your thoughts, experiences, or even a simple hype message. We're aiming for 1,000 comments. And if you enjoy educational content like this, make sure to subscribe to Baabji Motors and help our community grow stronger every day. Thank you for staying till the end. Keep learning, keep exploring, and as always, happy diagnosing.